All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to Apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, which you ought to be. And our brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago had a quick little lesson, you know what I'm saying, that happened back in 70 AD, and that's pretty much going to happen again, you know what I'm saying? Like Scripture says in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, there's no new thing under the sun, you know? And it was a movie called Bushwick, you know what I'm saying, where it was like armies going through about the streets. And one part of it, a soldier had entered into a woman's building, her home, and he pretty much, long story short, he was saying that he didn't expect so much rebellion. You know what I'm saying? They thought they was just gonna be able to come through, and people was just gonna consent easily and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Esau Edom, so-called white man, according to the Bible, uh, he uh, uh, he the one who pushes the different guns and stuff out into the ghettos, the different communities of low income, you know what I'm saying, or moderate income, you know, and 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 of course, you know, somebody telling you got to go, you got to come with them, and you say for what, and they don't tell you why, you know what I'm saying? They just says orders, this, that, and the other. Hey, people are going to rebel, you know, and this is Luke chapter 21, verse 20. It says, "And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh." And this was the time in 70 AD when I believe when Vespasian became governor, and then Titus became a general, and his son, and both Romans and it was rebellion of the people against them, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much Titus was like, you know, hey man, like, you know, let's just kill them all, you know what I'm saying? Let's, you know, because it was multiple rebellions, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just one and he got tired of it. It was multiple rebellions, you know, and he was pretty much saying, you know, let's just destroy them so it won't be no rebellion, you know. It says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto, because of the what was going down. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was some that was going to flee into the mountains. It was going to be some that depart from the midst of Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? Why? To avoid the situation. And it says and when it said, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto, you know what I'm saying? Anybody who's doing a far journey that was outside of Jerusalem, don't let them come in, because then they'll be within that mix up, man. You know, it's in verse 22. It says, "For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days." You know, it says, "For there shall be a great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people." You know what I'm saying? So say if you're trying to hide and you got a child, a little kid, or a child that's I mean a little child, you know, kid is a goat, but like you have a little child, or still an infant that's still sucking on the titty, you know what I'm saying? You know, the baby get to crying and stuff at the wrong time when you trying to hide, and they give away your position. You know what I'm saying? You know, your children's your children being deprived from you. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says verse 24, it says, "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations." You know, and if you don't consent, you giving a army man that much hassle and stuff, he may just take you out, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because in this time it's gonna be the FEMA camps. They showing you in certain games, like the one game is called The Last of Us. It was a part within the beginning after Joel had lost his daughter, and they say 20 years later, there's a part where you go out, you know, I forget old girl's name, but she's talking about rations, and then you just see the because it's martial law going on, you know what I'm saying, and you have the militants that's coming out and bringing people out and trying to see who is infected, you know what I'm saying, you know, and in a sense, the one that was infected, you know what I'm saying, he got up and tried to run away and they shot him on sight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some that's not because uh there's gonna be some that's not gonna consent, you know what I'm saying, and they're gonna get killed by the sword, you know. Everybody else will be led captive away, you know. It says that's why this government got these different FEMA camps and stuff, because whoever don't consent onto the mark of the beast or the new system, this, that, and the other, hey, guess what? They're gonna lock you up. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to re-educate you, you know what I'm saying? Come at you mentally and physically, you know what I'm saying, just to get you to take that chip, which is the RFID chip, which is radio frequency identification, which is the mark of the beast according to the Bible. And and they shall fall by the sword, by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts, verse 26, men's hearts fall failing them for fear. You know what I'm saying? Come a time where shoot, somebody up the gun on you, and then next you got a heart attack, man. Sudden fright that's so great they push your lights out right then and there. You know, and it says, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, it's gonna be a great distress in America, man. You know, this is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? And the virgin daughter of Babylon, because Babylon is it's like the virgin daughter of Babylon is America, man. You know what I'm saying? And because the word Babylon goes back to Babel, and it means confusion. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that America consists of all confusion. You know what I'm saying? You got homosexuality here. You know what I'm saying? You got transgenders. You know what I'm saying? You got sexuality. You know what I'm saying? You got bestiality. You know what I'm saying? Everything is all out of course in this place, man. And it says, sit on the ground. There is no throne, or daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. You know what I'm saying? Because all these other times, America been going to these different countries and reaping havoc. You know what I'm saying? But now it's going to be America's turn, man. You're going to have the UN troops. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have different troops coming through and pillaging and destroying this place, man. You know what I'm saying? All the things that America had did to all the other countries and stuff, setting foot on their lands and destroying their areas. You know what I'm saying? Now these other countries are finna do this to America. You know, this it's like this is Second Esdras chapter 16, verse 68. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. You know what I'm saying? It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. You know what I'm saying? So when these militants, come out and they lock you up and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be some that's going to consent. And what these militants pretty much going to be trying to do, they're going to be trying to get you to take the RFID chip. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that consent is going to be had in derision. In Proverbs, it says that the Lord will laugh at your calamities, man. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, the Lord is saying, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, who the world inly calls Jehovah God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world inly call Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua, Yeshua, or Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you, don't take the mark of the beast by all means. You know what I'm saying? Scripture says in Revelations 2 and 10, you know what I'm saying? If you strive on the truth until death, he shall give you a crown, man. You know what I'm saying? A crown of life, you know? But the ones that take it, they gonna get laughed at, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll be shame onto them, you know. And it says trodden underfoot, because guess what? They gonna get killed, man. You know. It says verse 70. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. You know. So for the ones who follow law, such commandments to the best of their ability, that watch the videos, that agree with Great Millstone and agree with camps that preach the same doctrine, exact same doctrine as Great Millstone. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's going to be an insurrection against them, because even for you ones that just watch the videos and stuff, who not out there on the highways and byways, this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying, what you should be. The thing is that Esau Edom, he knows who you are, because they monitor this internet, man. You know what I'm saying? They own it, like in the movie The Dark Knight, Batman with Morgan Freeman. You know what I'm saying? The part when they was using some technology to to listen in on everybody's phones, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what they're doing. You know, so if you watch a Great Millstone video, you know what I'm saying? Hey, guess what? You're considered an enemy, man. You know, even you ones that call yourselves Christians, that don't even follow the law to the best of their ability, who's completely going off according to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who's not being a follower of the Messiah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guess what? There's something called Project Megiddo, and pretty much they got you Christians labeled as terrorists as well, man. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? They're gonna take you down as well, you know, even though you're doing it in vain. It says, you know, in this insurrection, scriptures talk about in John the 6th chapter how, you know, the fathers and mothers and brothers and sisters and stuff, it'll be great betrayal. You know what I'm saying? So if they put a bounty over your head, or you got people that's threatening your family and stuff, they're gonna be like, you know, we gotta do it for the sake for the family and stuff, rat you out. You know what I'm saying? Tell you, give her where you are. You know, it says, verse 71, it says, they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And that's them armies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like in the movie The Matrix, the first one, how they had did something with the programming and made all the windows bricks, so Morpheus and Neo and all them couldn't get out. You know what I'm saying? And you had the military storming the entire building. You know what I'm saying? You know, they kicking in doors, you know what I'm saying, coming from the windows, busting through the glass, you know what I'm saying? You know, like that, you know. Verse 72, it says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You know what I'm saying? It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire, you know. So, you know, yeah, you know, the different things that they show you in these movies about these different military procedures and stuff, on how they go into a house, you know what I'm saying? How you got two guys on the doorpost and stuff. You got the one guy on the left to look for the guys on the right shoulder's blind spot, and then the same vice versa when it comes down to the guy with the right, you know what I'm saying? You know, he looking out for the blind spot for the dude on the left, you know what I'm saying? Like a little cross angle type thing, you know? And they're gonna be doing this stuff onto the masses, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. You know what I'm saying? So this is part of Jacob's trouble, man. You know what I'm saying? The military passing out the streets, rolling down the streets with tanks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? These different little gadgets. Now they got the little robots. They show it for like a little fun thing where it's like, oh, guess what? This robot that stands on four legs, it can open a door. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to look at the movie I, Robot, because of course, yeah, they bringing out all these different machines and stuff. But what happened in the movie I, Robot with Will Smith? You know what I'm saying? They was all good. It was a little helper around the house and stuff. But then as soon as they went AWOL, you know what I'm saying? They was pretty much locking down the streets. They was doing a martial law type thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got your You know, you got the for you ones that think everything is cool and stuff. They showing you how it won't fall over in different terrains and stuff. Hey, guess what? They not showing you that it has the ability to chase you down. You know what I'm saying? Never get tired. You know, they even show you that in that TV show called Black Mirror, man. I forgot which one it was, but it was one where it was like all black and white, pretty much, and them robots was hunting people down. You know what I'm saying? Solar powered. You know, like this. You know, Jacob's trouble, man. Like it says, the last for that day is great, so that none is like it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a horrible time, man. You know. Uh, This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of the people, of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. You know, so it's gonna be a time that's gonna be so great, man. You know what I'm saying? You got everybody in the hood, they bearing guns, you know what I'm saying? But now you got the martial law and stuff, and they coming in with guns because they the ones who put the guns in the neighborhoods in the first place, but they're not finna come with the same type of guns so it could be a fair fight. They finna come with suits, they finna come with Iron Man suits, you know what I'm saying? They finna come with different technologies. They got guns where all they do is point it at you and it causes you a heart attack, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they don't have to put bullets in you, man. They can kill you other types of ways, man. You know what I'm saying? And how is a disadvantage? You know, you got besides just having the guns, they poison you. You know what I'm saying? With the poisonous water. You know, putting chemtrails all in the air and stuff. It's not for no global warming type thing. No, they putting chemtrails in the air so they can weaken your immune system. You know what I'm saying? So you can have heart problems. You know what I'm saying? The food is fake. You know what I'm saying? Putting all types of things in the food. You know, cause they want it to be swift. You know what I'm saying? When they come through, they want everything to be swift and easy to go, easy going, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the protection of the Lord is going to be upon some of the believers, man. You know what I'm saying? Where they ain't going to be able to touch them. You know. It says, back in Daniel 12:1, it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, and everyone that shall be found written in the book. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's written in the book of life, which is part of the 1/3, which includes the 144,000. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones who's going to be saved, man. You know, they the ones who's going to get delivered. You know, even if you are a martyr in this truth, guess what? You gonna be one of the ones who gonna have the crown already. Just looking, waiting. Like, man, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just hold on. You know what I'm saying? You know. You know. So it's gonna be a great insurrection, man. You know. This is Second Ezra chapter 15. Verse 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. You know, the word woe means destruction. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be like the purge, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, people going to be fight. It even happened in Las Vegas at a point where people was killing each other for supplies, man. You know what I'm saying? That's finna happen. Even though it's happening, don't think that it's not gonna happen in America. You know what I'm saying? Because pretty much when it happened in Venezuela, you know what I'm saying, and all the different things that's happened in Venezuela, and it started to spread like a virus. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it ain't no stopping this virus. You know what I'm saying? The only time this virus would be stopped is when Yahweh Shem Yahshua comes back and raise up the elect and destroy this place and establish the new rule. You know what I'm saying? But there's a few things that's going to happen before that. And it says, verse 16, it says, for there shall be a sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And this is this scripture when it says that of evading one another, meaning that your homeboy that you sitting there drinking and smoking with, going off with, this, that, and the other, hey, he gonna be looking at you like, hey, I need food. My family need food. You got food, you ain't trying to share, I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? You know? Like it says in Second Ezra 6:24, man. You know, God grab it right quick. It's Second Ezra 6:24. It says at that time shall friends fight against another like enemies. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? You know, you in the you Negroes, you know what I'm saying? You cool, you kicking it, this, that, and the other and stuff. Somebody always giving you some cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? When you down, you on the edge and you really need it and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Hey, them gonna be the same ones coming through because guess what? They in your house, they know what you got, you know what I'm saying? So when they low, guess what? They coming through on you, you know? Same way for you you Israelites, you know, you so-called Mexicans, man, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have family and stuff that's gonna be trying to roll on you, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Native American Indians, you all too, man, you know what I'm saying? It says Jacob trouble, so it means the 12 tribes of Israel, man, they're gonna go through that, you know what I'm saying? You know, and of course, you heathens and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But this scripture this video is towards you Negroes, Latinos, and natives, and confusion of faces who bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are Israelites, man. You know, this is you all's warning, you know? And it says, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and 3 hours they shall not run. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, it's gonna be a horrible time, man. You know what I'm saying? That highly that game The Last of Us, you know what I'm saying? It's actually a great game, you know. Because it's actually it's a lot if you have your spiritual glasses on your frontlets, according to Deuteronomy 6th chapter. You know, you'll be able to see and be able to see, like, man, you know, this is an example of things that's gonna happen, you know. Back in Second Ezra 15 and 16 again, it says, for there shall be sedition among men and evading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, so they not gonna care when these armies come out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They gonna rebel. You know, they gonna be, because one thing brother that told me, he said that you could take anything away from Jake, but as soon as you start taking away the food, that's when Jake go nuts. You know what I'm saying? And Donald Trump, he on his way doing that, giving out the little dry biscuits, a little box of rations, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? But then when that's gone, it's gonna be a problem. You know? Because Jake will settle as long as they can still feel their belly and stuff. But when it's completely gone, that's when it's going to be an issue. You know? That's because Jake got to care about their families and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They gonna, oh, I got to feed this. I got to feed that. You know what I'm saying? My parents, they can't take care of themselves and they need this and they need that. You know what I'm saying? And when the government can't help them, you know, they're going to take matters in their own hands. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. This is part of the martial law. You know what I'm saying? Them cutting off things. They're going to raise up them bridges down there and that connects downtown to the outer land. You know what I'm saying? They're going to raise up them bridges, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they're going to be trying to control the masses, you know. What's the other things that they do? They cut off the trains, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the trains stretch off to like different areas. You know what I'm saying? They gonna cut that off, man. Cut off certain highways and stuff, man. You know, where it's like roadblocks, you know, and you can't get past. Like when you play Grand Theft Auto and you got 6 stars and stuff, and now they got those SWAT armored trucks and stuff, and they blocking the highway because you on the highway and stuff, man. That's how it's gonna be, you know. It says, verse 18 says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. the houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. Yeah, men gonna be so afraid that they gonna have heart attacks. And it also mean women too, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? Uh 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 houses being destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? Militants coming through, breaking in, taking all your food, you know what I'm saying? Just flipping over tables because it's in their power. You know what I'm saying? Women getting ravished, you know what I'm saying? Men getting ravished, you know what I'm saying? Kids getting ravished, babies getting dashed to the stone, getting tossed out, getting shot at. You know what I'm saying? All these things is coming, man. You know? And it says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So, you know, you been cool, you been kicking in and stuff. Man, they ain't going to care in that day because it's going to be about them. That's when you're going to really see the selfishness of people that you called your friends, you know. And it says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. So they going to come in ready to blast, you know. Old boy, you know, you got your wife, she thick as hell, this, that, and the other and stuff. But your man's, he been trying to get at her all the time on the low and stuff. Now it's his chance because all you got to do is put you out. You know what I'm saying? You know, and she gonna go because she don't want to die. You know, and it says and spoil their goods, meaning they're gonna rob you for your food because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know, hard times. You know. Verse 20, it says, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth. Well, Salaki, you know. But, you know, yeah, that's you know, so that's pretty much what's finna happen to this place, man. You know what I'm saying? This is part of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all gonna be out in the wilderness who's gonna get away. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, if you don't have your how about you and y'all shy, you don't have the true names. Hey, guess what? You gonna be shit out of luck, man. You know. And you know, I hope the video wasn't too long, but I would like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the elect, which you ought to be. Shalom and a Abba.